Hi, welcome to another video. And like I said in the last one, this is the first of a series where I'll show the process of making a 2D animated intro/outro from beginning to end. And while not a full-on tutorial, as there are many out there that already teach you the principles of animation and other stuff, this series will at least show my personal workflow for animating. And if you're new to animation, you might learn a thing or two. But if you're a pro already, you can get a new perspective on the process. Or even help me out. If you have advice for me, let me know in the comments. So let's get to it. The first step I personally take when animating is to make a storyboard. While not a necessity in every case, as some animators prefer doing straight-ahead animation, I prefer the post-to-post approach, which means having a set plan instead of going with the flow. Either one is valid though. Here you can see how in yesterday's stream, I start out with the basic Western animation storyboard template. But there are different variants that can better suit your needs or personal styles. When working in teams, which is a big part of the animation industry, you want to make the motions as clear as possible. It doesn't really matter if the drawing is poorly drawn or lacks detail. What matters is that the movement is clear. But some animation studios or directors might be a little bit more strict, especially when it comes to animatics. But that's a topic for another video. During the storyboard process, you also want to make sure that any camera angles or movements are very clear to you or your fellow animators. This can be done with the use of red squares, arrows, and action lines. That's not enough. Most storyboard formats have a small annotation section below the drawing. While the storyboard process can take a while, yesterday's stream was around 2.5 hours, it can heavily streamline the process of later steps, which include animation, cleanup, coloring, post, and render. This storyboard essentially tells me what's the next thing I have to animate without forgetting what comes ahead, sort of like a script but with pictures. Near the end of the stream, you can see me start doing a little bit of rough animation. And while I'll cover this more in depth in the next video, it's essentially just filling in the gaps between the drawings and the storyboard. And then filling gaps of those gaps. And then filling in those gaps of the gaps. The storyboard will continue to be useful throughout the process, even after the rough animation is finished. It's also worth keeping in mind that a storyboard can change at any given time, for better and for worse. Let's say you have extra time or something's not quite working. You can go back and edit it to better fit your animation or add more detail and movement that you didn't initially think of. On the other hand, you might have overestimated your skills or time for a certain shot, so you can always go back and delete it or replace it with something else. Both of these are very common, but more so the latter, unfortunately. So, while it's unlikely you want to do the exact same animation I'm doing with my model's jet mode turning into my model and then landing on the beach, I hope that this small showcase and commentary helps you in the process of making your own animation. If you would like live commentary on the process of this, you can follow my Twitch, but I'll still try to upload to YouTube shortened versions of those streams, like this video. The next one will be in rough animation, which is, well, rough looking animation. But that's about it for this video. I hope you learned something from it, and if not, I hope I learned something from it. I'm Flames, and thanks for watching, and bye bye!